Thomas and the new engine. The trains on the island of Sodor keep very busy. There are always lots of jobs to do. One morning, Sir Topham Hatt came to Tidmouth Sheds. He announced, Later, Thomas stopped at a red signal. The signalman called down to Thomas. Huffed Thomas. At the yards, Harry and Bert were with Neville, the new engine. Neville was a steamy, but he had a square body like a diesel. Neville was backing up towards some trucks. Said Harry cheekily. Said Bert naughtily. Then there was trouble. Harry and Bert laughed. Neville looked sad. Oiled Bert, and they laughed even harder. Thomas arrived at the yards. He could see Harry and Bert laughing with Neville. He thought. Thomas arrived at Knapford Station. Asked James. Said Thomas. James was shocked. Snorted James, and he started telling Edward all about Neville. Later, Edward was taking on water. He was talking to Percy. Edward puffed. Peeped Percy. Whistled Edward. Later, Percy met Emily at a red signal. He told her. When Thomas arrived at the station, Sir Topham Hatt was there. He boomed. Thomas felt proud. It was a very useful job. Just then, he heard a whistle. Someone was coming. Thomas had to warn them. It was Neville with Annie and Clarabelle. Thomas was shocked. Annie and Clarabelle were his coaches. Puffed Neville cheerfully. Thomas huffed crossly. Neville didn't know what he had done. Then Emily pulled in next to Neville. Said Neville happily. Emily let out a leash of steam. Thomas was surprised, but the station master blew his whistle and Neville puffed sadly away. Thomas asked Emily. Emily whistled. Huffed Emily. Then Toby arrived. He puffed. Emily was shocked. Thomas couldn't believe it. Neville wasn't friends with the Diesels after all. Emily tooted. Cried Thomas. Neville was speeding through the countryside as fast as he could. Suddenly, Neville saw a barrier on the track. He slammed on his brakes, but it was too late. Neville was in terrible trouble. He was on the broken end of a bridge. Thomas knew it was all his fault. Suddenly, he had an idea. Thomas steamed slowly and carefully onto the bridge. He gently bumped Clarabelle and was coupled on. Thomas was very scared. Slowly and steadily, he began to pull Neville back from the edge. The bridge made a creaking noise. Thomas knew he must hurry. He pulled as hard as he could, and with one big puff, he pulled Neville's wheels off the bridge. Thomas had done it. He had saved Neville and Annie and Clarabelle. Whistled Neville. Puffed Thomas. Thomas gave Neville a long friendly toot-toot. Neville was very happy. At last, he knew he had a good friend in Thomas.